Hi, my name is Kelcie Roach. Breastfeeding has always been something that I knew that I would do once I had children. I wouldn't say that I necessarily saw it a whole lot growing up. I'm the youngest of 5, so I didn't get the benefit of seeing my mom, but my mom did breastfeed all of her children. And so it was just something that I always knew instinctively that I too would do because she did it, and so I could do it too. And so that's really, in terms of breastfeeding, what my thoughts were going into it. It just feels so like the natural thing to do is to feed your baby that way. So I'm grateful that I get to do that. So I was very much like, I will be breastfeeding immediately. I will get the golden hour. I will do the crawl. My baby will find my nipple and it'll be amazing and beautiful. And I mean, life happens, birth happens, and it's not always how we intended for it to be. And so that was the case with me. I had an emergency C-section, and so I didn't get my golden hour, although I still tried to do the crawl for my son to find my nipple to start our breastfeeding journey. But it was a struggle in those first few days. My son's weight dropped, and in the hospital setting, once you drop below 10% of your birth weight, you know, there's lots of things that come with that. So we actually had to supplement a little bit with formula in the beginning. We had to go on a triple feeding journey of pumping and breastfeeding, and then giving either formula or whatever milk that I had pumped. And so for me to have been so excited and so ready to just breastfeed my child, the fact that that wasn't necessarily the case was a surprise. And I'll also mention here where BMHCE, I'm so grateful to them because they did send us a lactation consultant who reached out to me via text at first. And so I was just able to talk with her because unfortunately, right, like I was supposed to birth in a birth center. So I had a hospital transfer and then an emergency C-section. So lots of things didn't go quite as planned. But once I'm in that hospital setting, I'm listening to their lactation consultants and their doctors. And while I appreciate that my baby got here safely, I wasn't necessarily cared for in the way that I would have liked to be. And so the lactation consultant that BMHCE sent me, Asaya, she cared for me and cared for my journey. And she made sure that I was okay and gave me space, one, to check in with me and make sure that I was okay, and then to give me the support that I needed to feed my child and let me know that it's okay, that this didn't go quite how I wanted it to, but my child was gonna get fed and she was gonna help me do it. And so I'm just very grateful for that. Yeah, and that's the biggest surprise from breastfeeding. Well, for one, if I were to talk to a new mom embarking on this breastfeeding journey, the first thing I would mention is something that I heard on the panel was just like instead of like a birth plan, is really a blueprint, right? It's how you want for things to be, but be open and flexible to whatever, however your baby gets here, because life will happen and things will go in many different directions. But so make space for the unknown to happen, make space for and be flexible in that, but also know that you can do this. Your body will do what it needs to do to care for your child, and that is one of the most amazing things I think about our bodies. I'm amazed every day from everything that I hear from breastfeeding. And so yeah, to a new mom, it's just be open and flexible, have your plans and your desires, but go with the flow of what your baby needs and know that your body will take over and do exactly what your baby needs it to do. So you got this, mama. Don't be scared.